India delivered a firm and uncompromising rebuttal to Pakistan at the 61st session of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva. Exercising its right of reply, New Delhi rejected what it described as politically motivated allegations on Jammu and Kashmir, highlighted democratic participation and infrastructure growth in the Union territory, and called out Islamabad's continued attempts to internationalize the issue. Your report.
An exchange unfolded at the 61st session of the United Nations Human Rights Council after Pakistan raised Jammu and Kashmir during the high-level segment. India responded decisively, dismissing the remarks as propaganda driven by political compulsions rather than facts. New Delhi also criticized the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, accusing it of allowing itself to be influenced by Islamabad's narrative.
India is compelled to exercise its right of reply in response to references made to it during the high-level segment by Pakistan and the OIC. We categorically reject these allegations. The OIC, by parroting Pakistan's propaganda, only reveals how deeply it has allowed itself to be co-opted by one member, reducing itself to an echo chamber for one country's political compulsions. Pakistan's incessant propaganda now reeks of envy. We have no desire to dignify such propaganda, however, will make a few points to dismantle it with facts. Jammu and Kashmir was, is, and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India.
India reiterated that Jammu and Kashmir's accession in 1947 was lawful, final, and consistent with international law under the framework of the Indian Independence Act. New Delhi maintained that the region was, is, and will always remain an integral part of India. Turning the spotlight on Islamabad, India asserted that the only unresolved matter pertains to territories under Pakistan's illegal occupation, urging it to vacate areas it controls forcibly.
No amount of wishful rhetoric or audacious propaganda by Pakistan can alter the immutable fact that the accession of Jammu and Kashmir to India was completely legal and irrevocable, and in accordance with Indian Independence Act of 1947 and the international law. In fact, the only outstanding dispute regarding this region is the illegal occupation of Indian territories by Pakistan. We call upon Pakistan to vacate these areas which remain under its forcible occupation.
India also underscored developments on the ground. Record voter turnout in recent electoral exercises in Jammu and Kashmir, New Delhi said, reflects the people's rejection of terrorism and violence and their commitment to democratic processes. Massive investments in infrastructure, connectivity, healthcare, and rural development have significantly expanded the Union Territory's fiscal outlay. In stark contrast, Pakistan continues to grapple with political instability and economic fragility, relying on repeated financial lifelines from the International Monetary Fund to stabilize its economy.
If the Chenab Rail Bridge, the world's highest bridge inaugurated in Jammu and Kashmir last year, is fake, then Pakistan must be hallucinating or living in the La La land. Or maybe Pakistan finds it unbelievable that the developmental budget of Jammu and Kashmir is more than double the recent bailout package they sought from the IMF. Mr. President, to conclude, despite Pakistan's efforts to destabilize the region through relentless state-sponsored terrorism, Jammu and Kashmir continues to surge ahead, politically, economically, and socially.
The reference was to the Chenab Rail Bridge, the world's highest railway bridge, symbolizing deeper integration and long-term strategic investment in the region. India's response at Geneva signaled a confident diplomatic posture. Development over disruption, democracy over destabilization, and facts over propaganda. At the Human Rights Council, New Delhi made it clear, attempts to malign India on global platforms will be met with firm rebuttals and hard evidence from the ground.